श्रील प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। हरे कृष्णा। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौरा। जय राधा वृंदावन बिहारी, राधा वृंदावन बिहारी श्री राधे। जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय। जयतां सुरतो पंगो मम मंदमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पादाम्भुजो राधा मदन मोहनो। दिव्य वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमात् श्रीमत् रत्नांगद सिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीला राधा गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठाली सेव्य मानव स्मरामि। श्रीमान रास रसारंभी वंशीवट स्थितः कर्षणेर्वेणुर्गो गोपीनाथ श्री अस्तु नाम। नमस्ते गिरिराजाय गोवर्धन नामिने अशेष क्लेश नाशाय परमानंद दायिने परमानंद दायिने। जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन। जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन कालिंदी जमुना जय जय महावन। केशी घाट वंशी वट द्वादश कानन जहाँ सब लीला कोइलो श्री नंद नंदन। श्री नंद यशोदा जय जय गोपगण श्री दामादि जय जय धेनु वत्सगण। जय वृषभानु जय कीर्तिदा सुंदरी जय पौर्णमासी जय आभिर नागरी। जय जय गोपेश्वर वृंदावन माझ जय कृष्ण सखा जय दटु द्विजराज। जय राम घाट जय रोहिणी नंदा, जय जय वृंदावन वासी जतगण, जय 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 द्विजा पत्नी जय नाग कन्यागण, भक्ति तेजाहार पाइल गोविंद चरण, जय रासमंडल जय जय राधा श्याम, जय 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 रास लीला सर्व मनोराम, जय जय उज्ज्वल रस सर्व रस सार, पार किया भावे जहाँ व्रजे तो प्रचार, श्री जानव पाद पद्म कोरिया स्मरण, दीन कृष्ण दास कोय नाम संकीर्तन, ए अधम दास कोय नाम संकीर्तन, जयो राधे जयो राधे जयो राधे जय जय श्री राधे, जय प्रभुपदा 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 श्रील प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे, जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद परम पूजनीय हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस AC भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की, श्री गौर कृष्णदास बाबूजी महाराज की, श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जी की, गौरव विभ्राव भूमेश्वर निर्दिष्ट सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की, वंदे रूप सनातन रघुजुगो श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट श्री श्री वृंदावन के छठ गोस्वामी प्रभुओं की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की, वियोगिनी क्षेत्र पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, जमुना माई की, तुलसी देवी की, भक्ति देवी की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to Shri Shri Guruho and Gauranga. नमाम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण विष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वंचा कल्पतरोभिश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान् वितांश्च। आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेश तनयस् तद्धाम वृंदावनम रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधु वर्गे न तया कल्पिता श्रीमद भागवत पुराणे अमलम प्रेम पुमार्थो महान श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु प्रभोर्मत इदम न यत्र आग्रह परः नवनीरद निंदित कांतिधरम रससागर नागर भूपवरम शुभवंकिमचारु श्रीखंड शिखिम भज कृष्णा निधिम व्रजराजसुतम भज कृष्णा निधिम व्रजराजसुतम राधिका सरोदइंदु निंदिमुख मंडली वंदिये श्रीपाद पद्म वृषभानु नंदिनी वंदिये श्रीपाद पद्म वृषभानु नंदिनी वंदिये श्रीपाद पद्म वृषभानु नंदिनी यस्या प्रसादात् भगवत प्रसादो यस्य अप्रसादात् न गति कुतोपि दयांस्तु वांस यस्य त्रिसंध्यां वंदे गुरोः श्री चरणारविंदम वंदे गुरोः श्री चरणारविंदम. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to the 11th session of the Guruvashtakam Seminar, commonly known as the Mangal Arati or the Samsara Davanal prayers. Today being the last session at Govardhaniko village, we are very much indebted and very thankful to the GEV management and all the devotees who are so kind-hearted and they have showered so much love. My hundreds of obeisances to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, who is none other than an embodiment of just showering love on everyone. We pray at His lotus feet that this servant will someday attain such affection for all Vaishnavas. I pray at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and all our Gaudiya Guru work for their mercy, unlimited mercy. And I pray that one day I become a good patra or a receiver of their mercy. Somehow or the other, we have been given this opportunity to enter into Mahaprabhu's movement, the most glorious movement of ISKCON, and His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, the Savior of us all. Indeed, our obeisances unto all those Vaishnavas, Vaishnava Acharyas, who are none other than the most intimate servitors of Srimati Radharani. May whatever words emanate from my mouth be pleasing to all of you and to the entire Gaudiya Guru work. Hare Krishna. So today's session will be most of it will be corrections, comments and questions. If there is something I can further expound, it will be my great pleasure and honor. But very quickly, I would like to recap all the 8 verses. So, these verses have been composed by His Divine Grace, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who is Rupa Goswami. The Vaishnavas, Varishta Vaishnavas say that he is probably an incarnation of Rupa Goswami. He is Vagdevata, Rupa Goswami. And so, all the qualities have manifested in Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He is the great-grand disciple of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And in Krishna Leela or in Nitya Vrindavan, he is Vinod Manjari. So we beg at his lotus feet that we can get a glimpse and a proper understanding of these 8 verses, which really encompasses all our Gaudiya Acharyas and what is Radha Dasyam. So, in the first verse, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in the form of Mangalacharan, appreciates all the Vaishnava Acharyas because they are samsara davana leader loka tranaya karunya gana ganatvam praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya vande guruho Sri Charanaravindam. They are the saviors of us suffering in the material world, suffering in the burning, scorching forest fire. And they are showering like a very, very amazing water-laden cloud that showers their mercy, and that's the only way we can be saved from Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, from the pangs of the tapotrayas, the Adhyatmik, Adidaivik and Adibhautik kleshas. Only by their mercy that will happen, because no other means can really help us except the thunderstorm that they shower upon the forest fire that we are burning in. That forest fire also in the internal mood when the Acharya is contemplating in the separation that Srimati Radharani feels from Krishna. So that is the davanal that Srimati Radharani and the gopis feel whenever there is separation. Whether it is for a moment or whether it is for 3 hours or whether it is just even in the presence of Krishna, they feel the different symptoms of separation. That is the davanal for the internal mood of our acharyas. That is davanal for Srimati Radhikara. So, and they have obtained praptasya kalyana gunar navasya. They have obtained this. This is not something that they have manufactured with their own thinking. They have obtained it as it is, yatharup, from the parampara, praptasya kalyana, and for the benefit of mankind. They are so kind. They are always sukhi. They are always in bliss, but they are paradukhe dukhi. Because we are all suffering, they are very, very compassionate. They are in a lot of pain, these acharyas, when they see us suffering. So, praptasya kalyana, and they are gunarnavasya. They are full of transcendental qualities. The gunar, arnava means an ocean. So, an ocean is unlimited in one sense. So are they, because Krishna is unlimited, Radharani is unlimited, and because they are non-different in their bhav, thinking, willing, feeling of the wishes of Srimati Radhika, they are also obtained those qualities of Srimati Radhika. Therefore, they are Gunar Navasya, and we offer our humble obeisances unto that Guru Varga, our Vande Guruho Sri Charanaravindam. In the next verse, the standard of Vaidhi Bhakti is set as an external bhav. The Acharya teaches us that Mahaprabhu Kirtan Nitya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manasorasena. We have to sing a kirtan that is in line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not some whimsical kirtans that has been composed by material personalities out of just literary love. There are so many people who compose so many different literatures, but they are all mundane literatures. They cannot really satisfy the soul. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radoksha ahituki apritiyata jena atma suprasidati. That atma can only be satisfied when we hear and sing the songs that have been composed by the pure acharyas that are Radha. They are the kinkaris of Srimati Radharani. So all our acharyas, they are very pure-hearted, and they understand the different components of pure bhakti and Radha Dasyam. So we have to Mahaprabhu Kirtan Nitya. Mahaprabhu Kirtan Nitya means also that kirtan and dancing that pleases Mahaprabhu. In the Srivasangan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced all night along with his associates. And Mahaprabhu was extremely pleased when all the associates danced in the Srivasangan. So, similarly, when we sing and dance in kirtan, that is approved by Mahaprabhu. Gaura Vihita Kirtan Suni Jivana Sarthak Mani. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says in the bhajan, Shuddha Bhakata Charane Renu, Bhajane Anukul. So that is Bhajan Anukul. Bhajan Anukul is Gaura Vihita Kirtan, the kirtans that are approved by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the internal mood of the Acharya is whenever they sing, they dance in ecstasy, Romancha Kampashru Taranga Bhajo, Vande Guru Sri Charana Ravindam. There are the Astasatvik Vikars that happen. Their hair stand on an end, horripilation, Romancha, Kampan, they are shaking and shivering. Ashru Taranga Bhajo, rivers flow from their eyes like rivulets. Taranga Bhajo. Unto those personalities, I offer my humble obeisances. In the next verse, Sri Vigraha Aradhana Dhana Nityanana Sringara Tan Mandir Marjanado Yuktascha Bhaktamscha Ninjyoti Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. Sri Vigraha Aradhana, the Acharya teaches us how to worship Radha and Krishna, how to dress them, what is the proper method of worship. And because once we practice here, when we eventually, hopefully, reach Golok Vrindavan or Bhaumya Vrindavan, doesn't matter which one, we will be eternally in the service of Radha and Krishna, decorating them, the Sringar Ras. And we have, in detail, to some extent, described that when we were in our sessions, earlier sessions of the Guruvashtakam. What is Sringar Ras? What is conducive? Anukulina Krishna Anushilinam Tat Bhakti Ruttam. When we offer foodstuffs, when we offer clothing, when we offer ornaments, they should all be anukul to Radha and Krishna. Not something that is whimsical that we like. According to time, according to the time of the day, according to the season, according to the conduciveness, what they like and dislike, we should be very, very aware of that and offer only what they really love and like. So, that is Sringar Rasa. Then we have in the next verse, Chaturvidasi Bhagavat Prasada Swadanna Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangha. So 4 kinds of foodstuffs are offered. So the foodstuffs that can be licked, sucked, chewed, and they can be drunk. So these are the categories. And first class, Prabhupada said that we should offer first class foodstuffs to Radha and Krishna. That is what the Manjaris do. For their pleasure, they offer them. And there are so many, according to again, the time of the day, the seasons. In the summer, cooling foodstuffs are offered. In the winter, that are heat, that produce heat, those kind of foodstuffs are offered. So similarly, we have to be aware, at least, have information so that someday when we enter Raganuga Bhakti, we will be following in the footsteps of the gopis. Vrajavadu Vargena Taya Kalpita. So we should be Dharmastha Tattva Nihitam Guhyam Mahajana Jaina Gata Sapantaha. Hare Krishna. I think he's done. So, we have to follow in their footsteps and offer foodstuffs. Like Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur has mentioned in the Bhogarti, what are the foodstuffs? As Kamla Manjari, he has witnessed that. When Mother Yashoda calls Krishna Balram and all the sakhas, please come and have your lunch. And Radharani and Mata Yashoda have cooked the beautiful, wonderful, the most relishable items that Krishna loves. So like that, we have to follow in their footsteps. Then in the next verse, we find that Sri Radhika Madhavya Rapara Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Nam Prati Shana Swadana Lolupasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. So again, in their external mood, in one sense, we can say that they are constantly glorifying Radha and Krishna. Krishna consciousness, in other words, they are glorifying. They are teaching Krishna consciousness. And to those who have entered Raganuga Bhakti, especially Madhurya Rasa, they impart that within our hearts. Guna, Rupa, Nam. the transcendental qualities, the form of Krishna, and the holy names. The holy names is everything, because the holy names, the Naam can give us everything. It can give us the Roop, it can give us the transcendental qualities, and the Naam itself is Naam Chintamani Sri Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinatvam Naam Nanamino. It is non-different from the name, and it is a Chintamani. Whatever we desire, it gives us. And the optimal, the most optimal use of the Naam is to obtain Radha Dasyam. That is the optimal use. That's what our Acharyas, they teach, and that's what we should eventually aspire. That is our prayojan. Sri Radhika Madhavya Apara, unlimited pastimes, full of nectar, to the Tav Katham Ritam Tapta Jivanam. So, Madhurya Parya, Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Nam Nam, Pratishana Swadana Lolupasya. Every moment they are with greed, speaking Harikatha. Like we mentioned, that the Manjaris, whenever they are in the Nikunja, even the other Sakhis like Lalita, Vishakha and the other Sakhis are not permitted. They don't go. Voluntarily they don't go. So what happens in the Nikunja, only the Manjaris, our Acharyas, Gaudiya Acharyas perfectly know. So when they come out of the Nikunja, they are surrounded by the Ashtasakhis and all the Priya Narma Sakhis. Tell us what happened inside. When we saw Radharani was in Man, how did Krishna convince her? And they, with a lot of greed, describe every detail. That how Krishna wiped Radharani's tears. How Krishna begged for forgiveness. How Jaydev Goswami mentions that Dehi Pada Pallavam, please put your lotus feet, O Radharani, on my head. Because I'm feeling that poison in my heart when you are distressed. I really please ask for your forgiveness. So all those details the Manjaris describe to the rest of the Swapaksha gopis. All the details. Every minute detail with great greed. That is these are our acharyas. And we should develop that Raganuga Bhakti greed when we reach the stage after Anartha Nivritti. We reach the stage of Nishtha Ruchi, and in Asakti, we have to develop that greed for Raganuga Bhakti. Otherwise, we will never enter into Vrindavan, into the real Vrindavan, into Golok Vrindavan, into Radha Krishna's Nitya Leela, into the Madhuri Rasa. Not possible. Srila Prabhupada said that if you chant minimum 16 good rounds, you follow 4 regulative principles, you will go back home, back to Godhead in this lifetime. True, but back to Godhead is a very big region. Vaikuntha Lokas are there, there is Mathura, there is Dwarka, but he did not say Golok. Unless and until we come to the platform of understanding of Rajvasi, and Srila Prabhupada is that Rajvasi. His heart we can find very nicely in the Bhaktivedanta purports of all, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he has given us full rasa. As many claim that your Swami Maharaj cannot give you that. Come to us, he has only given ABCs. No, that's not true. We very emphatically and beg them, please don't make those offenses. Sri Swami Maharaj that you call is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is one of those Prabhupadas out of all Rup Goswami Prabhupada, Sanatan Goswami Prabhupada, Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, Gopal Bhatta Goswami Prabhupada, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami Prabhupada, all these are Prabhupads. So is our A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So please beg his mercy so that you all can also sometime within your existence get the opportunity to enter into the Nitya Leela, Madhurya Leela of Radha and Krishna. The next verse is Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhya Yaya Alivir Yukti Rapekshaniya Tatra Ati Dakshat Ati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. They are extremely, extremely, very, very dear. Ati Vallabhasya. Not just Vallabhasya, Ati Vallabhasya. To Radha and Krishna, especially to Srimati Radhika. They are very, very dear. And amongst all the Manjaris, Rupa Manjari is the head. And they are very dear to Rupa Manjari. That's why Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked to sing the Sri Rupa Manjari Pada when he was just about to leave his body. And once that was sung, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna, and he left in Brahma Muhurat. So, these are our acharyas, that is what their aspirations are. Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, Sai Mora Sampada, Sai Mora Pujana, Bhajana Pujana. So, and because they are very, very favorable and favorites of Rupa Manjari, and Rupa Manjari is very, very most favorite of Srimati Radhika, therefore they are also favorite. And that's why they are Ati Vallabhasya. They are serving Radha and Krishna so nicely in the Nikunja where nobody else, not even Lalita and Vishaka can serve. So, Nikunja, Rati Keli Siddhya, and Rati Keli means the amorous pastimes. The most beautiful transcendental romance that Radha and Krishna, they understand it perfectly. Rati Keli Siddhya. Anything that enhances their moods, they understand them perfectly. Accordingly, they serve them. Rati Keli Siddhya. And Yaya Alivir Yukti Rapekshaniya. Although in one sense, they are so advanced and they have been given the confidential seva of Radha and Krishna in the Nikunja, but they still take permission from Lalita and Vishaka and the other gopis. And that is what we have to learn, that we need permission from our superiors if we are going to serve Radha Krishna, not that we directly serve. So Yaya Alivir. Alivir means the gopis. They ask, Apekshaniya, always expecting, please give me more service, please give me more service, please give me more service. And that is the reason why we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because that's all we are doing is begging for service to Radha Krishna and their intimate associates. That I am suffering in this material world. And I'm serving the Kripan and Durjana day and night. E shita tapa da bata barishana e dina yamini jagine. Vifala sevinu Kripana Durjana chapala sukha lava lagire. Just for some flickering happiness, I'm serving all the misers who don't even know how to use this human form, which is a huge treasure that has been bestowed upon us by providence. And if we waste it, we don't use it properly, certainly we are misers. So we are serving such misers just for a few dollars or a few rupees or just for some money. Chapala sukha lava lagire. So that is the situation that we are into, and therefore we have to transcend that eventually with the right consciousness. Even when we are earning money, if we do it for the right consciousness, in Krishna consciousness, that yes, this family is Krishna's. Mamayamsha Jiva Loko Jiva Bhuta Sanatan. All the souls are part and parcels of Sri Krishna. So my daughter, my son, my wife, my father, my mother, they are all under my care as an example. So I'm going to earn money and only to maintain the house, which is Krishna's house. This house is not our house. That is why whenever in our Vedic culture, there is Vastu, there is Graha Pravesh. What is that Graha Pravesh? That Graha Pravesh is not us entering the house. It is Sri Krishna we are inviting. Please, my dear Krishna, this is your house. Please come into your house. So we are just renters. We are renting Krishna's house. Although we think we may be owning mansions or villas or flats. No, we are not the real owners. Krishna is the Bhuktaram Sarva Yagya Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. So he is the owner of everything. So we are simply staying in his house. That is the consciousness. I have to maintain the house. I have to pay electric bills. I have to pay for maintenance. I have to pay for all these things. So I will earn money just to do that. So that if in that consciousness one earns money, then that is pure bhakti. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that in one bhajan, Dara Putra, I forget the other words, but all this, all my assets, my sons, my daughters, everybody that I have, they are yours, Krishna, and I am only maintaining them. There's a very wonderful bhajan. I think it is also in Dainya Bhav of Sharanagati. So, like that, we find Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Siddhya Yaya Alibir Yukti Rapekshaniya Tatra Ati Dakshat Ati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Sri Charnaravindam. They are such experts that therefore they are not only dear to Radha and Krishna, but they are dear to Lalita, Vishakha, and all the Gopigan. They are very, very dear to them. Because so dear that when the inside scoop or whatever the secrets between Radha and Krishna happen, Lalita and Vishakha also need to hear. So therefore they are very dear. Tell us please, what happened? Every detail we want to know. Then the next verse, Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastri Ruktas Tatha Bhav Yata Eva Sadbi Kinto Prabhoya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Sri Charnan. Again here, Kinto Prabhoya Priya Eva Tasya. Very, very dear to Radha and Krishna and the Swapaksha Gopis. These Manjaris are very, very dear. And they are non-different, Sakshat Haritvena, from Krishna in the sense that thinking, willing and feeling, they feel exactly what Radharani feels. Every emotion they feel. Even when Radharani goes into Modanakya and Madanakya Bhav, the Gopis cannot feel it, but the Manjaris feel it. Because that is their mood. And therefore the Manjaris never want to give up their position, even when Srimati Radharani says, don't be my Kinkari, become my Sakhi. And they, with folded hands, says, and they cry and they say, why Radharani, why do you want to take away the bliss that we have? And we only offer it at your lotus feet. So that is one of the biggest things that what the devotees can learn from the Manjaris is whatever sukh we get, whatever bliss we get, whether it is one good round of chanting or some good seva and we feel a little bit of ecstasy, immediately offer it to Srimati Radhika through the Manjaris, through our Gaudiya Guru work. Don't keep it with us. And then according to the equation Srila Prabhupada said, then in Krishna consciousness 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. But we say, with our profound sentiment, we say that when we give our bliss and offer it to Srimati Radhika, 1 minus 1 is equal to perhaps infinity. We will get Ananda Ambudhi Vartanam. It will constantly increase our bliss. And all we have to do is simply offer it. Yat karosi yat asnasi. That verse in the Bhagavad Gita, it applies here as well. That whatever you do, you offer it. So whatever bliss we get, whatever happiness we get, that also we should offer to Sri Radhika. So this is what they teach us. Nowhere we will find, read any other Shastra, any other faith, read all the Vedas, we will not find it. Prema, that is why Vyasdev was morose, he was sad. And Naradji said, please compose Srimad Bhagavatam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Then you will understand, then you will really get that santushti, that happiness. And that's why Srimad Bhagavata Mahamuni Krite Kim Vapare. There is no need of any other scripture. Vyasdev has declared. Kim Vapare. Ishvara Sadhya Avaruddhate Atra Kritavi Shushruvi Tatshanat. That very moment when we have that strong desire to serve Srimad Bhagavatam and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, immediately we can arrest Krishna in our hearts. Krishna cannot be arrested. Even Surdas tried to catch Krishna, but he could not catch Krishna. One night, when Surdas was singing, and Krishna came, and it was very late in Vrindavan, and as we all know, he was blind. So everybody had gone, and then he was trying to fumble with his stick to go home, and one small goat boy came, and he was talking very sweetly, Baba, let me lead you home. And he took the end of the cane, and he started taking him home to Chandra Sarovar. And then, at that time, slowly he understood that, oh, this is my Krishna. So slowly he tried to advance his hand on the cane, trying to catch him. But when he tried that, and when he reached the end of the stick, even he could not catch Krishna. So catching Krishna is not possible. Controlling Krishna is not possible unless and until we have Vraj Bhav. Or then, in the entire creation, most of the creation, Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal, but here in Vraj, he is Bhakta Vashya. He is controlled by his devotees. He is controlled, especially the highest control is with Srimati Radhika and the Manjaris and the Gopis, in the Swapaksha Gopis. So, Sakshadharitvena, Samasta Shastra. Only one who has a PhD degree can give PhD. When they confer a PhD degree to someone, then Not a master's or not a bachelor's they will give. Similarly, only they can give us Manjari Bhav because they have understood Srimati Radhika and because they are Manjari. Krishna se tomar Krishna dide par, tomar shakti ache, ami to kangal, Krishna Krishna boli dhai to pache pache. So that mood is there in the Vaidhi Bhakti, but also in the Raganuga Bhakti. Very, very important. We should understand, all of us, that this is the mood of our Acharyas. And therefore they are Ati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charna Ravindam. And in the last verse, Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasada Yasya Aprasada Nagati Gatobi. Without their mercy, it's not possible to obtain Krishna consciousness. What to talk about Radha Dasya? Impossible. So, and that's why we remember their divine graces during our Trikal Sandhya. When we chant the Gayatri Mantra, there are 2 Gayatris that specifically are dedicated to the Guru Varga. So, like this, yes. So like this, we find that this is the entire synopsis that we tried our best. I got lost in time. So now you have 10 minutes. Can we take questions and answers, please? Anybody has any questions? Please feel free. Yes, in the back, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
First of all, thank you very much for all the sessions. I missed few. But yesterday, I have 2 questions.
Speak a little loudly because those trucks are really...
I have 2 questions, very basic questions. One is, yesterday you briefly mentioned about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and before also you mentioned, but yesterday you briefly touched upon it. So
you have to repeat it. I'm sorry, that truck was passing and it distracted.
I was just saying that yesterday you briefly touched upon Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and how his bhav was and how it manifested. In Vaidhi Bhakti, what should be our bhav towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That's my first question.
Okay, so let's go one by one.
Okay.
Because then I may forget something. So what is our mood in Vaidhi Bhakti towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? In Vaidhi Bhakti, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give the Ajanu Lambita Bhujo Kanakaya Udhato Sankirtane Pitaro. Gaur and Nitai, they are the founders of Sankirtan. Meaning in Gaudiya Bhav. Sankirtan is there, otherwise also, but in Gaudiya Bhav. So the most important thing that Mahaprabhu wants us is to chant the holy names in the proper, with attention. And we have to be aware. That's why every morning before the chanting session starts, we recite the 10 offenses towards the holy name. So keeping that in mind, before chanting the holy names, we should first talk to that. We should have that consciousness. Take the mala, put it to your chest. You are Radha Krishna and you are the associates. Sakshat, that's what you are. Namna namino abhinna. I'm so fallen. I'm distracted. But you please, oh Mahaprabhu, hey Panchatattva, please guide me so that I can one day get Shuddha Nam. That should be our prayers and that should be our attitude. And Mahaprabhu will certainly, who is Namo Mahavadanyaya, the most munificent, will grant that to us. So we should be very, very much aware that when we are chanting, we are associating with the associates of Radha and Krishna and Radha Krishna. How many of us really think like that? But the moment we remind ourselves again and again and again, Mahaprabhu will be most pleased. Yes, So then slowly from mechanical chanting, we will be into chanting with full of awareness. And then from Namaprat stage, we will transcend into Namabhas and then to Shuddha Nam. So Mahaprabhu is looking at just that sincere desire. Shushrubhi Krutubhi. Even if we are not there, just that sincere desire is good enough for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we have to look at him as the giver of the holy names, as the propagator of the holy names. And when somebody gives you something and you put it to good use, then that person who has given you that gift is very happy. So that is what the Vaidhi Bhakti devotees must be aware of, in my humble opinion. Second question. Are you satisfied with the first one?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Second question is, so it's about Guru Parampara.
Yes.
So Mayavadis or those who follow Shankaracharya, they say that it is true that we have our parampara starting right from Krishna and then Brahmaji and all that. But they say we have thousands of year old Guru Parampara starting from Adi Shankaracharya. So your Guru Parampara, there is no direct connection between
Okay.
and also about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur taking sannyas from the photo. So that was actually the question.
So number one, the Mayavadis, whoever said that, are not 100% wrong, but 1,000,000% wrong. So Adi Shankaracharya was just recent in the sense in the 11th century. Okay. And Lord Brahma, especially the Chaturmukhi Brahma, to whom Krishna gave the Kam Gayatri and the knowledge to create the entire universe, is in some millennium which we cannot even measure. In the beginning of creation, which is like billions and trillions of years. So our parampara starts there from Krishna giving the Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. So at least we can find that Srimad Bhagavatam itself is since time immemorial. It's not that it is just 5,000 years old when Vyasadeva, it has been re-manifest. Just like Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that I had spoken this millions of years ago to the sun god Vivaswan. But because you are my dear Sakha, I am speaking it to you again. So it has been lost. Yogam nasta param tapa. It has been lost in the flow of time. So it is not that Bhagavad Gita was spoken just recently, 5,000 years ago, in the last Dwapar. So that is completely wrong. We cannot even count the number of years because this is eternal. And this whole parampara that comes from Sri Krishna of Golok Vrindavan, because in Brahma Samhita, in the 5th chapter, explicitly that knowledge was given to Lord Brahma about Golok Vrindavan. And again then also for the how to manifest the material creation. So they are completely wrong. Completely wrong. And what was the second part of your question? That
direct connection in Guru Parampara.
So obviously we find that the direct connection is there from Lord Krishna to Brahma to Naradji to Vyasadeva, etc.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur and
Bhakti Siddhanta, why he took sannyas in front of the photograph?
Yeah.
They are not even remote in the remotest dreams, they will be able to even get a dust particle of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. How can they even dare make a comment like that? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is Nayana Manjari. And he is a very intimate and most intimate and dear to Rupa Manjari. And Rupa Manjari is most dear to Srimati Radhika. So, what do they know? How dare they even comment on our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur? They are most ignorant. Mayavadi Krishna Pradi. Mahaprabhu has said that Mayavadi Bhashya Shunile Hoy Sarvanas. So there is no point in even entertaining any talks from them, coming from their mouth. And it is very difficult to convert Mayavadis. Only a great personalities or personalities like Srila Prabhupada, Nirvisesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatarine. So the Nirvisesh, only powerful personalities. So if we come across a Mayavadi, there is no need for any argument. Simply don't waste your time. Catch other people. Better to catch an atheist than to catch a Mayavadi. So their comments are baseless and they have no idea because they don't even believe in the form. They don't even believe in the form. So what is the point in talking to them? So I hope that answers your question. Yes. Next question. We still have 3 minutes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Satchitananda Prabhu that I am hearing for the first time. I don't know, I missed in the past also you have come here. My heartfelt gratitude for going deep into this Guruvashtakam. We hear Guruvashtakam as glorification of Guru. Guru is great, and just this question came to me. I mean, there is a conflict. You can hear me now?
I can hear you.
Like
Thank
in
you.
Radha Shyam Sundar temple in Vrindavan, it is written that the Madhva Sampradaya people, they are saying Gaudiya are not in our parampara. And the Gaudiya saying that, yes, we are not in that parampara, we are the fifth Sampradaya. So when we hear these type of conflicts happening, so I understand about your, we are Rupanugas, we are only meditating on Braja Bhakti, what the Manjaris and the Gopis. Yeah, but then how do we see this? And we say we are Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Sampradaya.
Yeah, so I have never heard that the Radha Shyam Sundar Sevites, they do that, because if they say that they are conflicting themselves, because their most revered is Shyamanand Pandit, to whom Radha Shyam Sundar had manifest. Now, Shyamanand Pandit studied under who? Jiva Goswami. He studied all that rasa along with Narottam Das Thakur. And who else was that? Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamanand Pandit, and Srinivas Acharya. So they all studied. And Jiva Goswami is a pakka, most intimate of Rup Sanatan Goswami, the nephew. He understood everything. He is the foremost, we can say, Rupanuga in our line. Right? So, if Rupa Goswami is Gaudiya, then Jiva Goswami is Gaudiya. And if Shyamanand Pandit learned from a Gaudiya Vaishnava, how are they not Gaudiyas? So whoever has kind of mentioned this to you, they have not fully understood their own Shyamanand Pandit or Rasikanand Dev, who was his disciple, Shyamanand Pandit's disciple. So they have not understood that. Now, when somebody says that our Sampradaya, or we are the fifth, we are not the fifth, we are in the four Sampradayas, because the Sampradaya that started from Lord Brahma, the second one being from Lakshmi, Sri Sampradaya, the third one from Rudra, and the fourth one being the Narmarka. So where is the question of fifth Sampradaya? There is no question. So this is concoction. So we should not worry about that. People can say what they want, but we have to follow what Rupa Goswami says. We have to follow what our HG Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada says. We follow our Sampradaya very strictly. And then we will see the results. Do they have, whoever it is, I'm not talking about Shyamanand Pandit, he is also a Manjari actually, serving in Radha Krishna's Nitya Leela. I don't know the name, but he is definitely a Manjari. And so is Rasikanand Dev. So they are also Gaudiyas. So I don't know who said that they are not Gaudiyas. Because they believe in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if they believe in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they have taken Siksha from the principal follower of Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, then they are definitely Gaudiyas. So who has informed you this, they don't know anything about their own Sampradaya, or they don't know sufficiently well about their own Radha Shyam Sundar Sampradaya. Make sense? Satisfied? Or not?
No, I just wanted to know.
Yes. Okay.
Can I ask just one question about, because you have gone very deep into this Guru Ashtakam. When this question was asked to Prabhupada, what is this Nikunja Ratikeli Siddhai? Is it that a Guru is serving, is like Manjari? So he said, you will not understand, just do book distribution.
That's true. So that book distribution also is Nikunja Ratikeli Siddhai for the Vaidhi Bhakta. Because you are assisting Srila Prabhupada in spreading Harikatha through books. So anybody who assists the spiritual masters or the master or the Acharya is in Nikunja, that mood. So the book distributors, that is true what Prabhupada said. But the deeper meanings obviously I had mentioned in my seminar that in the beginning when Prabhupada spoke to the Westerners, I don't think they would understand this. But now, after Prabhupada's 47 disappearance, don't you think it is our onus to advance? And some say we should not be discussing all these things. Why not? Especially on an informational level. We should be. So that we can aspire, we can desire. And so that we can make our Vaidhi Bhakti more intense. So that we have the aspiration to enter Raganuga Bhakti. As I have clearly made a disclaimer that after these classes, not that, I'm not claiming that I'm a Raganuga Bhakta. I'm a struggling Vaidhi Bhakta myself. But on an informational basis, I'm giving this information in this seminar so that we can all aspire. Just on an informational basis. And then Raganuga Bhakti will manifest within our hearts, just like a boy and girl, when they are falling in love, it automatically happens. One doesn't go to some classes of how to fall in love. So, this will manifest within our hearts, Raganuga Bhakti. But that desire has to be there. Without that desire, what will even Paramatma do? He is not interested. So, how can I help him? No. That strong, even if a thief has to steal a bank, when that desire is strong, Paramatma guides him. Okay, you do this. Observe what time the clerks are coming, what time the bank is opening, where is the back gate. So everything is happening with the permission of Paramatma. Because that karma dictates that person to become a chore or a thief. But his desire, somebody wants to just steal some biscuits from the store. But this person has that intense desire to steal the whole bank, so Paramatma sanctions it. As an example. So similarly, if we have this intense desire for Raganuga Bhakti, that desire has to come when we hear, when we hear, then from that information, that greed will come, that lobha. And then Krishna will arrange it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, I really have to go. His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya Acharya Guru Var ki Jai. Radha Madan Gopal Prabhu, can I ask for you to do one thing? This is prasadam for everyone. If you can distribute it, I'll appreciate it. You can quickly distribute it. Thank you.
So, Hare Krishna, we would like to thank His Grace Satchitananda Prabhu coming all the way from US, from Vrindavan, from NVCC, and he's continuing his tour further and enlightening us very deeply in this basic bhajan which we sing every morning. So let us thank him him and his wife. She's assisting him while loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
And let us all chant for all of you one time, very loudly, with a lot of love. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for all your love, your affection, and the opportunity. It is simply a very, very wonderful experience. Even speaking about this is very much dear to me and very purifying. Thank you. Hare Krishna.